What's up, YouTube? Welcome to our 7th and final installment here of our Ikoria Lair of Behemoths limited testing meeting. I'm LordTupperware, joined by MisterMetronome and Calls. Before we dive into the rares and mythics here, just go ahead and click that subscribe button. You know you want to. Click the thumbs up button, leave us a comment in the comment section. We really appreciate all of the support. All right, we're going to start by looking at the 10 companions, and then maybe we'll roll them in at the end when we look at all the rares and mythics, but I think that they're unique enough that it's important to talk about them in a vacuum. So I haven't played with all of these. I doubt we've all played with all of these or against all of them. I have had experience with Yorion quite a bit. I'm on my 3rd Yorion deck right now. I really like this card, and I think because of all the colorless cyclers that this is easier. This feels like one of the easiest ones to build around and to pivot for in pack 2 or pack 3.
I agree. I like Yorion a lot. I think you do have to worry later in the draft. Like, say you open this in pack 2 or pack 3, you have to worry about like how many playables you can reasonably put into a Yorion deck based on what you've already taken. But I think if you open this card, then the world is your oyster. And
you want to do like, the ratio of 17 lands to 40 cards is the same as 25.5 lands to 60 cards. So you want to be in about and if you have a lot of cyclers, then you're going to get lands more often. But like a 5-mana 4/5 flyer is just good, period. So you can just take this if you're in blue or white and just play it, and that's fine too. But I also think like a 5-mana 4/5 flyer always in your hand is quite good. And there's just a lot of tiny synergies. I mean, especially if you're playing 60 cards, maybe you're playing some less. You're playing less good cards. Maybe you've got some mentors. Blinking, those are good. Honey Mammoth being blinked is nice. Like there are some ETB effects that you can take advantage of.
I like Garuda up there as well.
Garuda is nuts. I agree.
I think Garuda is just the best companion. Like, on its effect, I think it's the best companion. I think it's very companionable as well. I think it's pretty easy to get a Garuda deck.
So I think, Garuda and to a lesser extent, obviously Obosh, but I think the cyclers help these quite a bit. This feels... Yorion feels like the most pivotable one. Like... it feels hard to me other than like early in pack 1, and I assume no one's passing it. So pack 1, pick one. This feels harder to see like in pack 2 and be able to build around. Is that not, am I wrong to think that, or?
No, I agree. I think it's here's the thing with the companions too. Even the best ones and the ones that are reasonably easy to build around, like Garuda, like Yorion, like it still is a cost to put in your deck. It's not just like, oh, let's do it and like it's all upside. Like you still do have to weigh the pros and cons, right? If you have Obosh, you don't get to play Blood Curdles, right? Like that is a huge cost.
You don't get to play Blood Curdles or Fire Prophecy.
Yeah, or Fire Prophecy, and that's huge, right?
Yeah.
So it's worth like, this is one of the great parts of this format, because like this equation of like what is worth it, what is not, is so interesting to figure out. I just wanted to make sure that like everybody out there knows that like, there's been a ton of hype on Companion. I think that I am with Ben. What Ben likes to say, I've seen him in stream a few times saying, you do have to not just jam these as your companion. Like there is a cost to it.
Yes, I agree.
That's what I want to get out there. Yeah, the rage on Twitter right now is that put a companion in your deck, meet the requirement, and you win. That's just not true. There's a definite cost benefit analysis, and they're all great cards too. So you can just play them in your deck.
Yeah, for sure. It feels like the next best one is Karuga.
If we're talking about 2 companion or power level?
2 companion.
I think Gigantha's easier companion than Karuga.
Gigantha.
Really?
Yeah, Gigantha's very easy. I feel like there's been times where I've ended up in a deck where there was no cost. I wasn't cutting anything that I wanted to keep, and I just got the free roll of Gigantha.
I do.
There's not a ton of double costed cards in this format.
That's fair. Okay, and all the removal is single pipped.
Yeah.
That's fair. And then you just get a 5-mana 5/5 in your hand every time. So I think Karuga and Luros, there's obviously like a cost to building around these, but they have both seemed powerful. I think definitely Karuga over Luros.
I think Luros is more powerful. I don't know. They're both great. I would put them in the same tier.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Luris probably is more powerful. Just like, yeah, I agree they're in the same tier, but like on their own, not companioned. I think
Lurrus is better. Yeah.
Luris is better. Yeah,
Yes.
especially like
Yes.
in humans
Just,
when you're sacrificing a bunch of stuff and just like buying back your creatures. Like it's very powerful.
just, I mean, dead weight alone just makes it pretty nutty, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And then I think so I want to talk about Lutri because I
Sure.
feel like people go nuts for this card, and I don't. It's hard in limited, in my opinion, because I think so often, and we talked about this a little bit, I think all three of us, that good limited decks are comprised of common redundancy a lot of the time. Like, do you really want to cut a Fire Prophecy?
I've
play
companioned
Lutri?
Lutri. It was odd. Like I had a weird draft and I got the Lutri like late pack 2 or early pack 3. I can't remember, but I was pretty close, and it was almost free because I had moved into blue red a little late.
Mm-hmm.
But so Lutri's good. Like you can do a lot of stuff with it with Cathartic Reunion. You can copy, Fire Prophecy to kill 2 things. I would say you should not go nuts over companioning Lutri, but it's a good card, and it's just a high pack 1 pick 1 because it's flexible, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't think you should be tunnel visioned on companioning Lutri though.
Okay.
Lutri is definitely one of the ones where you have to weigh the cost benefit really hard, right? Like you really have to
Yeah.
critically think about it. It's not just like got Lutri, going to companion it. I think kind of one of the things that does help is there are like all of the cards in this set, all of the commons, like down to the 12th, 13th card of each pack are playable. So like it's not like you're like, well, my 15th to 23rd card is pretty bad, but at least I get to play Lutri. Like you're always gonna get to play a good card in that spot, but like you said, that might not be as good as 2 or 3 Fire Prophecies.
Right. I think something I've heard a way to think about Lutri is that, like, because of its effect, if it's always in your opening hand and you have the spells for it, then it's really like you have a 9 card opener because it's going to copy something, which is very powerful. But I just think, like, yeah, just what Alex said about weighing the cost benefit analysis for sure. Like Umari feels nearly impossible to companion. But
I think
I have seen it. But yeah, nearly impossible. Zerta, because of cycling, is possible, but like
I don't think you want
it's
to.
exactly. It's not that good. Like
it's not that good because all your cycling costs are 1 or like they're basically Zerta reduces your costs from 2 to 1, which is meaningful. But like you hopefully just have a bunch of the 1 mana cyclers anyway. And the thing is, like the argument of you get an extra card. Your cycling decks don't care that much about it. They don't care that much about the raw resource. They care about assembling their engine, right? They don't care about this like random 3/3. And like it's very hard to oversell how good a random 3/3 is. Like companion is great in that sense, but like in the context of the cycling deck, it doesn't care all that much.
And I think unfortunately Ben scienced this card for us yesterday, but this just also does not seem worth it to me.
So I companioned it. I could have drafted a cycling deck in my seat and didn't. The cycling deck would have been way better. It's good. I mean, and I've played against it too, where it was good for my opponent, and you can do it. It's pretty restrictive. I think I would be more interested in companioning it rather than pack 1 pick 1 if I got past it or opened it after I was already doing this thing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Interesting.
You noted this yesterday on Ben's stream, Ben, but the problem with Kahira is as your companion is like your whole deck is built around it and your opponent sees it coming and they're just going to save their first removal spell for it.
Yeah, it's
right.
So
like
it just dies to everything.
Yeah.
Well, so it and Luris, there's some interesting things there too. If you do manage to companion those, the rebuy spells, like what's the name of the black one? Corpse Churn goes up in value. Like if you're black green Kahira or if you're playing Luris, you definitely want a couple Corpse Churns, because the drawback of those cards is, well, you don't know if you're going to have creatures in your graveyard, but if your companion's not in your graveyard, you're probably winning. And then if they kill your companion, you're going to have a good Corpse Churn.
Yeah.
Right. Great point.
Interesting. So we feel good about this as a sort of ranking for these.
And then you're trying to companion, like the top 3 pretty actively.
I'd say the top half.
I think Luris is a lot harder to get there than the other ones. Like I don't think Luris comes together all that often. I would put. First of all, how do you feel about that? Luris not.
I think Luris is a better card in your deck rather than companion it.
That's fair.
I
yeah.
would put Obosh up a tier because I think when you companion that, it's very, very powerful. Like this card, I think it plays way better than it reads. Like you read it and you're like, oh, okay, cool. It's like
It's
doubles.
it's really good. Like we talked about Springjaw Trap, it's really good with Whisper Squad, like turning those all
Whisper
into
Squad, yeah.
2/1s. Like
Weaponize the monsters. It's insane with.
Yeah.
And it makes that deal 4. Like it's quite powerful. I don't like. I've seen this companioned a decent amount of the time, and I've been like, oh, that's actually pretty good. And yes, you give up on Blood Curdle and Fire Prophecy and a few other good things, but I think that like this is another one. It's like Lutri. I think it's like around Lutri. It's like between those two, but I don't want to split hairs here.
Yeah.
Where it's like you do really have to weigh the cost benefit of companioning in it.
I think Lurrus goes up though back where it was just on sheer power level.
Yeah.
Like maybe you're not trying to companion it, but it's just honestly I would take pack one pick one Lurrus over. I would take Lurrus over all of them. Pack one pick one. I think
I don't think that
maybe
is,
not. Maybe
that
not
is
Garuda.
really incorrect for Garuda. I think. Yeah.
I think Garuda might just be in its own tier. Maybe Yorion's. Maybe I'm underrating Yorion, but I think Garuda's just like nuts.
I think Yorion. I'm less hot for Yorion than Ethan is. I've done Yorion twice, and my deck has felt substantially worse because I had Yorion as my companion. The other thing that doesn't get talked about for companion is that there's a lot of games of limited. Yes, having an 8th card in your hand is great. There's a lot of games of limited that don't come down to an 8th card or card advantage.
Right. Yeah.
And you paid this significant deck building cost to be up a card, but that's not necessarily what that game of limited happened to be about. I think that's something that happens that doesn't get talked about with companions.
I do agree with, like, I think I'm like slightly higher on companions in general than you are, Ben, but I agree with a lot of what your sentiments have been about, like, companion has gotten like a ton of hype and constructed, and rightfully so. It's pretty busted there. But I think that like the cost in limited is way higher.
But it's still good. Like it's
still good. Yeah, it's still good. It's still good. Don't get me wrong. It's still very good.
It's very powerful, and I think it's very powerful too. But I'm just trying to tell the other side of the story.
Yes, and I appreciate that. Yeah.
I kind of want to swap these two.
Just because Karuga is
a better card than Gigantha. Like,
yeah,
you're just gonna play this when you draft it, and you're obviously gonna play Gigantha. But like, this is very good in your deck, and I think also is worth trying to companion for.
So I would put it in. Oh, go ahead, Ben.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say I would put them in the same tier because I think Gigantha is almost trivial to companions.
Sure. Okay. All right, maybe we do like this.
I agree.
Okay. All right. I think that's probably enough companion talk for at least Ben for a while. All right, that's going to bring us to the rares and mythics here. We've sort of done some preliminary sorting, but we'll discuss all the cards here. So in this top tier here, we've got Shark Typhoon. So the cards that I have played with are Shark Typhoon and Fronland Felidar and Nethroi. Anyone else played with stuff in this pile?
I've played with Snapdax.
Okay. I've played with everything except Vivian, but I think are we just calling Vivian as best mythic slasher on the set?
That's what I think, but maybe does it get a knock because green is so bad?
I don't think so. I don't think green is enough worse than the rest that it gets that knock.
Vivian's best.
Vivian's best, okay. Then Typhoon? I mean, this card is just obscenely flexible.
I think Typhoon's better than Broodmoth, which sounds weird, but I think it is. Like, Broodmoth has been good, but it hasn't felt busted to me.
So would you put it down here?
No,
but it's like, I wouldn't call you crazy if you did.
I mean, it doesn't like, if we're talking about like just stone cold bombs that like change, this feels like it doesn't change you from losing to winning. Like if you're losing, this may not be the thing that stops you from losing.
Yeah, and it gets removed like fairly easily. I can see it, honestly.
Honestly, I kind of want Dirge Bat in this.
In that top tier.
This card is insane.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, I disagree with that too. Just because I haven't found it to be insane. I found it to be good.
Well, you guys have never cast creatures that matter. You're just making 1/1s. Okay. So
I like Broodmoth there just because it is very powerful in certain game states.
Okay. And then where are we putting these three
think Snapdax is the best of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
Snapdax is absurd. I think next is
I think
Nethroy.
Nethroy and then
Yeah.
Brokos maybe.
Yep, I
I
agree
think
with that.
Felidar is probably not on par with the rest of those cards.
Yeah,
I think Felidar is insane.
I think
It's
it's in that
very
next
good.
tier. Yeah, it's very good, but I don't think it's quite like that upper echelon.
Okay.
I would even go as far as to say that like Brokos isn't there as well, but maybe you've had different experiences with it.
I would agree with that. I think Kogla might be better than Brokos.
Yeah, Kogla was better than Brokos.
Okay. So Brokos in this tier. You want Kogla in this tier?
Yep, and I think that's probably the top tier. I don't think anything else
Okay.
goes there. And then I think we can put Dirgebat and like Phoenix in the start of that next year. And like I Felidar as well.
Okay.
I think Crystalline Giant too, just on sheer flexibility.
Yeah, and even without it being colorless, like if this card was green, it would still be good.
Yeah.
An Extinction Event.
Extinction Event's very good, and I think maybe we should talk about that one quickly because
Yeah.
I think maybe it's not like super obvious.
Go for it.
Yeah, so I'm not like a huge fan of Wraths Unlimited in general, but this one has a few things going for it. Number one, it's in black, which tends to be a fairly controlling color. Number two, like the goal with Wraths Unlimited is to break the symmetry somehow, right? And like sometimes that just means like engineering a situation where you can get more value than your opponent, like that you kill more of their creatures than yours, and this does it for you. Like this engineers are just like, all right, just like whichever one is better for me, I'm just going to choose the one, right? And it ranges from Plague Wind to just very good spot removal spell.
I would actually put that up in the top tier.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't disagree with that. But yeah,
because it's splashable.
It is splashable.
True. Yeah.
I mean, you're never being presented with that choice. I'm still I'm on Dirgebat at least over Extinction Event.
Yeah, that's fair.
But like, I'm gonna put it up there. All right, Giant next. I think Great Shark's pretty nutty.
Where are you on a Great Shark versus Mythos, Cord?
I like Mythos better, which I wouldn't have said a few days ago, but I've been less impressed with Great Shark and more impressed with Mythos. Like Mythos is just so flexible. It hits any permanent, and like when you do like forget about the teamer mode, right? If you just cast it for like 2 blue, it's quite good. And then the teamer mode is absurd. Like get the best creature on the field and have it kill something else. Like it's that level. It's Kogla, but not as giant a lot of the time.
I've been underwhelmed by Great Shark. It feels odd
Me
to
too.
say.
So have I. Yeah.
I think 5/4 is kind of small ball in this format.
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know what it is about Great Shark. Like I've had the same experience where I've been like, this is good, but it doesn't feel too busted. I'd put Riel in that second tier.
I would put Riel in the top tier.
You put I don't hate that. That's fine. I can see it in this tier too.
I think Riel is worse than like these 4 at least.
Yeah, because it's a build around, right? Like it's not a build around in the sense that like, you won't get a bunch of cycling cards in your blue-red deck, but at the same time, like it's a cost. You can't just splash it.
Mm-hmm. So you want Mythos in this category?
I like Mythos there. Yeah, and I like Great Shark in the next tier. Yeah.
What about General Kudro? That feels like it belongs up here.
Yeah, I think that card's great. That card is excellent. I think
Brokos belongs in that same tier.
I haven't loved Fiend Artisan. I think it's good. I think it's in that like where if we want to start a new tier, I think that's.
And do we feel like this is an okay order?
I would put Quartzwood Crasher and Ruinous Ultimatum in that same tier.
I am not crazy about either of these cards.
I love Crasher. I don't love Ultimatum, but I also haven't really been in a deck that can reliably cast it, which I think is.
We're talking like these are A's or A pluses, right?
Yeah.
These are A minuses.
Yeah, A minus. Yeah, I'd say that.
So you think this is an A minus card?
I have that as A minus. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not high on these ultimatums.
Neither am I. I just don't think like I'm just not high on the ultimatums in general. And I like so Ben, like I guess in your deck that you were able to cast this, like did you have crystals? Did you just have like a bunch of lands?
I had crystals and some duals, and I had some green as well. I was a little all over the place. I was 4-color non-blue, like a controlling deck. It goes very well in a control shell.
Yeah. So maybe you're like black-white grindy with like splashing.
I don't think you're supposed to first pick it and build around it. That's not the way to do it, I don't think. But there is a deck where it is very powerful.
Yeah. The hard thing for me about this card is just like its power level is 10, but its flexibility is 1, right? So I
I
don't
think
know
it's
where.
slightly more flexible than that.
I think it's like
Doesn't
it's.
seem that flexible.
I don't think it's that flexible. I think it's like the opposite. Name a less flexible card. Like I think that it's so hard to cast and have a deck that this is good in.
I mean, it was very good when I played.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's
That's fair.
let's save
it's
this.
castable, and you can
Yeah,
play.
let's save. I agree.
Let's save this, and then as we shape the rest, we can maybe put this
Yeah.
more in context.
So are we getting Zenith Flare over any of the cards in pile 2?
No, I don't personally think so. I know some people would say so. I'm sure there are people that would take Zenith Flare over like Courtsword Crasher, Mythos. I am personally not. I don't think this format is so unbalanced that you should be taking Zenith Flare over these other busted cards. I think like some people have that view of the format.
So we'll eventually try and put what we think is the best. Oh God, what did I just click away? And we're back. We found it. We got the Ruinous Ultimatum. But I was just saying that we're gonna try and put the rares in the context of what we think the best uncommon and common are: Zenith Flare and Blood Curdle, respectively. So yeah, I don't have Zenith Flare ahead of any of these.
No,
I would take Hunted Nightmare over it, but just barely.
Hunted Nightmare.
Yeah.
Winota is so odd because
It's really weird.
she's very powerful, but she just doesn't belong in red white generally. Like maybe I just haven't explored the format quite enough, but I haven't found there's like a red white aggro deck that just wants creatures.
Yeah, and a split of humans and non-humans.
I found that to be okay. Like it is a cost and it's like hard. Like you have to think about it, but I don't think it's like too hard to get there. But I just don't know like where she fits. I think she's like a splash card maybe.
So of these 5, I think I have Mythos at the top.
I would take Hunted Nightmare over Mythos.
Yeah, as would I. I think that card's quite good.
All right, I'm not. I played with Nightmare today and I found it pretty medium. But I'll trust you guys.
I like Great Shark, and I think Great Shark above Mythos. I just think Mythos is good. Like Mythos is fairly similar to Blood Curdle.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe Mythos is I'm too high on it.
I would put Zenith Flare next, I think.
Like Zenith Flare is in this category.
Oh, Aluna needs to be up a little higher, right?
Oh yeah, Luna. We can play. I think Luna goes in that. Yeah, I think we
This
missed
tier?
that. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
What about Cheville? How have you guys felt about Cheville? I've liked him a lot.
Haven't played with or against it yet.
It's been fine. I would take Zenith Flare over it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just looking at this tier here. How about Yadrock, the Jeskai Apex? I think I would take Zenith. I don't know. That's close. Zenith Flare or Yadrock?
I would
This
take
card's
Zenith
good.
Flare over that.
Yeah, just because it's like more flexible. Like you're gonna end up in a deck that it's good in more often, probably.
I think so. The triggered ability is hard to make use of for Vadrock.
What do
You
we?
can cast target non-creature. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, that is awkward.
I think Luca is interesting to place. I think Luca or Zenith Flare is an interesting question.
I would Zenith Flare.
Yeah,
I would
that's
not.
tough. I don't think I would, but I can like respect it. What about Yadaro? Do we like? Yeah, I like Yadaro a lot, but I
I
don't
would
think
Zenith Flare.
Yeah, I would Zenith Flare.
I think Zenith Flare is better than Yudara. Yeah.
I would take Cub Warden, I think, over Zenith Flare. I don't know. It's close. Cub Warden's so awkward.
That one I wouldn't. I would take Zenith Flare over Cub Warden. Would you take Cub Warden over Luca?
Yeah, I don't like Luca much.
Oh wow, okay, interesting.
I think Luca's good.
I think Luca's fine. I think he's like a B, a high B.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're thinking about this as B plus category.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. So
Which I mean, I think Cub Warden is a B plus, but like maybe, like I think this is a B plus. I think Mythos is a. It's tough because like I think Curdle is a B plus too.
Yeah.
Um,
just for different reasons. Like Mythos and Blood Curdle are very equivalent. Like they're good for different reasons, right?
Yeah. So like I put Yudaro in this category. I think.
Sure. Yeah.
Lava Brink Venture goes in that category.
Is the high?
I do not think this is a B plus.
I agree.
I think I'll give it a B. I'll go B.
Yeah, I'd give it a B too.
So you're taking Curdle over at Pack 1 Pick 1?
Yes, I am.
Interesting.
I take Sanctuary over Love Bring Venture. What's it called? Sanctuary Lockdown, the anthem.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I think it's just way more important to the deck.
Anything else in the B plus range for you guys? It's interesting because like when we did, we'll see, but maybe Blood Curdle isn't the best because it's just so good. Maybe like Fire Prophecy is a better stand-in as like the best common ish.
Yeah,
because
I think it's still interesting. Yeah,
this is a B plus too. Like
maybe we can just say like Blood Curdle is a stand-in for like the top 3 or 4 commons, right? Just like in just to gauge general power level.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab Prophecy.
I like that,
and then we can use that instead. Blood Curdle can chill here, but
yeah.
So Mythos goes over there too.
Mythos.
Yeah, Mythos goes. Skycat Sovereign.
I don't think this is a B plus.
Okay, that's fine. I think it's. Yeah, I agree. It's not like I haven't been super impressed with the card.
It's very good. I would take it over Curdle and Mythos.
Interesting.
It's such a powerful mana sink in a format where there aren't powerful mana sinks.
I don't think I would take it over Curdle or Mythos. It could still be a B plus, I guess, but I think I'm still gonna take it. I think everything else over it.
Yeah. I kind of like Labyrinth Raptor in that tier
as B plus territory.
Yeah, I think this card's really.
Are you taking the removal over it or not?
Yes, but just like I think I'd put it right below Skycat. Yeah.
Okay. Vadrox should probably be in this category, or is it?
Yeah, Vadrox. I think it's in the B category. It's good, but it's not. I don't think it's B plus.
Somewhere below the removal.
Yeah, it's like just at the bottom of that tier. I think. Chevil's probably the top of the next tier. I would say.
Okay.
This is like B's now, right?
This is B's, yeah.
I
like Fiend Artisan.
Yeah, I was gonna say Fiend Artisan can go there. I think Narset goes there too.
As a B?
I believe so. I think it's like a powerful enough card.
Okay. I mean, Fire Prophecy. Are you taking it or Fire Prophecy?
Fire Prophecy.
I'm taking Fire Prophecy.
Yeah.
Are you taking?
I'm taking Fire Prophecy over Fiend Artisan also.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't either.
Like I wouldn't, but I think that pick is very close.
I'm taking Fire Prophecy over. I'm not as high on Venture.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not either. I would take. I think now we're getting to the point where it's like it's very hair splitty at this point.
Yeah.
Where like we're just like this section feels good to me. Narset can go. We can have a new section for Narset. Like, do you guys feel Narset's a B minus or a B?
Narset's good.
So do you want it in this Fiend Prophecy?
I think
it doesn't pull me into Jeskai. I'd rather like fall into Narset than pick it early and build around it.
Then I think I put it there.
Yeah, I can buy that. And then like Winota could probably go there too.
B minus, yeah.
And then I think these two mutate cards can also probably go. I think
Gem Razor is a B minus. I think Sea Dash or Octopus is a B minus. Probably Octopus better than Gem Razor.
Agree. Okay, so do we want to place this Ruin Up's Ultimatum?
Where does this go?
Ben, make your case.
I think the card, anytime you cast it, you win the game.
Yeah.
That's very powerful. Okay, so people were all hot and bothered by Dune Blast. This is way better than Dune Blast. And it's more restrictive to cast, but there is a shell where it's narrow, but it's powerful.
All right, I'm on board with like I've had this card cast against me, and it has been like you just lose on the spot. I agree. So where's your ranking? That
I would pack one, pick one it over. I think it goes under Zenith Flare for me.
Yeah,
maybe I would pack one, pick one Zenith Flare over it.
Yeah, me too. I think that's true.
Something like that.
Yeah, I would take it over Blood Curdle though.
Yeah, okay. I can get behind this.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Cool.
I'd say let's just start going through the rest of these that we didn't feel comfortable with in the beginning. So, Eerie Ultimatum
is powerful.
It is good. I think I would put it in like
this category.
No, I would put it in the next tier up. Mostly because it's green, so I think that one's the most powerful and the most castable.
You're just never taking this card early. Like,
yeah, that's the thing.
Like wheels.
I'm just never. Yeah, I'm taking Fire Prophecy over it.
I would also pack one, pick one.
Yeah, I
think it probably is like here.
I'd put it like
but I think I like it better than Narset and Winota. I think. Honestly, I like Narset and Winota like down here.
If we're talking about pick one, pack one, I agree. But I think if we're talking about just like power, I think they belong at the top there.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Splitting hairs.
Yeah, sure.
Ben's got somewhere to be. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
All right. Offspring's Revenge.
I like this one.
Do you really?
Yeah, I think this card's quite good.
Oh yeah, it would be really good in the
like,
the attrition-y decks.
And attrition-y black white. Yeah, it's a really good spot.
Okay, I'm into it. Yeah.
So like a B minus.
Yeah, it's like a B minus build around. It's it's quite good there. Titan's Nest, I think, is unplayable.
I think so I'm gonna put that down with Song of Creation.
Yeah.
Emergent Ultimatum I think is bad.
I saw your opponent cast it on stream the other day, Ethan, and they got like 3 removal spells, and like that was the best they could do, right? Which was like good,
it was 2 removal spells and a creature, and I was like, well, I get to just like it should have been nuts, and it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this card's just not. I don't think you should put this card in your deck.
Yeah, okay, I'm putting this at the bottom here.
Yeah, let's put that in the F tier, I think.
Cyclone.
Slither-Wisp stands out of the ones that are left.
Oh yeah, Slither-Wisp should go in like the Fire Prophecy tier. This card's quite good when you can get it to work.
I feel. Wow.
I like it less.
I would put it in this
fair,
tier here.
That's fair.
I like Bonder's Enclave quite a bit.
I think I like it less than you do, but I respect its power. Like it is a powerful card. Do you want to put it in like there or the next tier?
I want to put it here.
That seems too high to me.
That seems too high. I just maybe I'm just
so here's what something that I think I'm taking into account without talking about is like it's hard to be like, well, we're just rating these things on power level, because if that's what we're doing, then like Ruinous Ultimatum goes here.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you have to take into account like its cost to your deck, and this card is basically like Enclave is basically a green card. I think it's like a secret green card, maybe red or whatever, but like you need big creatures, but its cost to your deck is so low, and for the power level that it offers the deck, I think like that's why I have it in like B minus range.
I'm on board with putting it where you like to, because I haven't had as much experience with it as it sounds like you have, so I will defer to you on that one.
I just don't think that's what the format cares about. It would be my argument against it.
Yeah, that's my feeling as well, but it is like, drawing cards. Who can turn that down, right?
I think it's good in a green deck. I think you're right about where it goes.
All right, we can put it in this category, but I do think it's above. Like I am taking like premium commons over it, but that's it.
That's what I think. That you take the top 5 commons over it.
Yeah. Okay. So the whatever, the B minus tier. I'm fine with that. What you Alex? You want to talk about Mythos?
Yeah, I think Mythos is quite good. I'd put in like we were talking about it versus Fire Prophecy yesterday with the one we were talking about in the Reddit video.
You're taking Prophecy though, right?
Is that where we settled? Like it's so close that I don't even remember where we settled.
I thought we settled on Mythos over Fire Prophecy.
I thought we did too. So I'd put it
in there. It goes.
There. Yeah.
Okay.
Mythos of Snapbacks is a really interesting one to talk about because it is super powerful. It's just so hard for it to be a good card in your deck.
Put an extra Ruinous Ultimatum, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not where you guys are taking it.
No,
I agree. Yeah. I agree. I'm just being ridiculous.
I think
you have it real if you can.
Yeah, I think this is like C tier. I'm gonna put it at the bottom here.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, to be clear, only when you can cast it for Mardu. This is not a good card when you cast like it's very unplayable when you cast it just for 2.
So we're thinking about it costing white, red, black.
Yes.
I keep like trying to find a deck for this. I just don't. This seems not good to me.
I had an opponent that this card was quite good in their deck, but they had a lot of the Bone Splinters card to make it good. So like I think it's a powerful engine card, but like the problem is like you don't need to go this deep to find an engine card in this format is the thing.
That's what I would say. It's too cute. There's too much more powerful stuff going on.
Yeah, so I think it's a fine card, but I just don't think you need to like try to make it work.
I like Mythos of Brokos.
Yeah, me too. I would put it in that like Bonder's Enclave tier.
Yeah, B minus.
I would put Whirlwind of Thought in that tier as well.
I would too.
Yeah.
Inspired Ultimatum is powerful.
I'm terrified of that card every time my opponent gets to that color mana.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're ranking the ultimatums, like we just said, with like power and pick order and flexibility considered, with like power weighing into that,
I think this is better than Eerie Ultimatum.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, this is. I think I would put it top of that pile, like above Shabil. Okay. Yeah. When you cast it, it's so good.
Okay.
Do we want to, let's see. Kinnan is kind of an interesting conversation because I heard it's good.
Kinnan,
with your...
I think Kinnan's like maybe a C+. I would put it here. I don't think it's that exciting. It's a 2/2 that if you get to the late game, you have a mana sink.
Well, it's also good with like your naturalists and your there's another card it's good with, can't quite remember. Like crystals, I suppose.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you to just not play bad cards to make your good cards better.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it's a C+. That's where I have it right now.
Okay.
All right, classification.
C.
That's what I think.
Yep.
All right, we're going small here. Shrinky dink. Okay, so move this over. Now we've cycled back. I think Cyclone is like a C-.
It's niche. Build around.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the triomes.
Can we just, before we get to that, I do want to talk about Cyclone for a second because just like I've seen a lot of people put this in their cycling decks, and we talked about this a little bit in a previous video, but like this is not a cycling card.
No,
it's a card for like, it's like a 4 or 5 color good stuff card where you have like insane top end.
I mean,
right?
this is how you said this. This is how you're casting your ultimatums.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, this is more of a, like, I don't know. It feels like this is a plan in and of itself. Like, to make a cube analogy, like Recurring Nightmare is not a reanimation deck card. It's like a deck in and of itself. Whereas
exactly.
I think Cyclone is not a cycling deck card. It's a deck in and of itself.
Yep, I agree with that. And I don't think that deck is very good.
No.
For what it's worth.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I would put like the triomes at like C+.
Yep, I agree with that. I haven't been taking them that highly.
I haven't either. That like the cycling 3 is a huge cost. I'm just like, really, 3 mana is what you expect me to pay?
You're asking me to pay this much?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I don't really think the rest of this matters.
So does Oasis and Mythos go in like the Cyclone tier?
Yeah,
Dude,
I agree with that.
This is a C?
I do think Genesis Ultimatum is decent. Like, it goes in there too. Yeah, it's fine.
Genesis Ultimatum. And Genesis Ultimatum could be up here even.
Yeah.
It can be okay, but it's still not like for the cost. Like, they were even like taking into consideration like its power level. It's still just here. It's not like, doesn't get up into the B range, I think.
Granite Magistrate's a sideboard card against Brokos.
Yeah, and these 5 are just not good.
Yeah, Ozolith doesn't get there, unfortunately. It looks cool, but
probably something like that.
Cool. Yeah. Do we want to bring in these companions and see where they stack up?
Of course, you did want to do that. Okay. All right. So, go ahead, Ben.
No, I was just gonna start. Garuda in the top tier.
Yep,
Yorion in the top tier.
I think Yorion's probably.
Yeah, I put
Yorion's worse than these, but fits. I'm not gonna worry about. I think we'll just worry about the categories, not where they stack up. So I think A- for Yorion. Karuga.
I'd put it in the next. Yeah, that one. That one seems good.
With Yorion. Gigantha, same.
I'd put it in that one. Yeah, I think so.
Lutri. B.
Yeah.
B+, whatever.
Like that tier there.
Obosh.
I would put it in the same tier.
Lurus. I mean,
I would put it a tier higher.
Yeah, I put it, if we're talking about like the card itself, not talking about companion, Lurus is in that tier.
It's an A-.
It's very good, yeah.
It is lifelink too. I just realized that today when my opponent attacked me with it.
So like, it's good because of deadweight?
Deadweight and just like attacking your creatures in and being able to just play them again, and like sacrificing your creatures and then bringing them back again with Weaponize or Bushmeat Poacher. Like, it does a lot of things.
Or chump blocking. It's like
chump blocking.
What was I can't remember the name of it from Eldraine, the blue card that brought back artifacts.
Oh, yeah.
Emery.
Yeah, Emery. It's like Emery power level, except it's a way better card than Emery.
All right. Kahira, this tier here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would go a tier higher.
I would go to tier higher. Yeah, it's when it's good, it's good.
Okay. Umori.
I'd put that in that tier. I believe top of that tier. Umori's really good though. Like,
Umori's just like, I mean, they're all the thing that's really great about the companions. I mean, not aside from all the things, is the hybrid cost. Like, they're so flexible. I think Zerda's the worst.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's a decent card. Do we have any I guess now that we've done all this, like, and move things around, like, just to, I guess to make it clear, like, all these tiers aren't like top to bottom perfectly. Like, this is better than this by this minuscule amount.
like
Yeah, but that's fine. I think. Like,
yeah, this is
Yeah.
an idea of cards that we're considering in the A tier, A minus, B plus, B, B minus, C plus, C, trash.
Yes.
And like within that, like you're just rarely going to have choices between two A minuses. So like I think I just don't like. Yes, these are approximate rankings from top to bottom.
And if you make the wrong choice, you're not going to be that much wrong. Like,
Exactly. Yeah. Except unless you take Song of Creation.
then you'll be wrong. Just like us. Just like
Yeah.
you and I were, Ethan.
So wrong.
So song. Yeah, so wrong.
Yeah, so Song. Yeah, exactly.
So song, so wrong.
Yeah. All right, that's gonna do it for the whole set. Thanks for watching.